Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tarot King the Prophet here with another Crown King Tarot presentation. Here with my good friend. We're about to have breakfast at Cracker Barrel. But I was just sitting here thinking, you're talking about subjects that I could touch on. And one of the subjects that I was thinking about was the North Node. Which reminds me, if you've never looked up your birth chart, look it up. Look up your natal chart, Natal, birth chart, BIRTH. Tomato, it's the same thing. But on your birth chart, if you don't know, you are composed of many different signs. Just like I'm a Capricorn sun, Aquarius moon, Scorpio rising, so on and so forth. But they also have what you call a North Node, and my North Node is Libra. Okay, so your North Node is the things that you're supposed to head towards in life. Like your destiny. It's funny because, like, if you look at my chart, okay, so my North Node is Libra, so my South Node is this opposite, which is Aries. And those are the things that I'm supposed to get away from in life, And so I'm looking at my chart, and I'm just like, all right, well, I don't have any Aries in my chart. So I'm just like, okay, well, if I should have to get away from Aries, then that should be easy, right? Why are my mom and dad Aries? So imagine that being your task, your challenge, trying to get away from being a certain kind of way, and it's embedded in you. Imagine trying not to be like your mother and your father. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit. You talk about a kicking the ass. I was like, oh my goodness, universe, this how you gonna do me? This how you gonna play me? Yeah, okay. But anyway, that's what your North Node is. Your North Node is supposed to be the direction you're supposed to be headed in life. The things that you need to accomplish, the things that you need to master. So when you get your birth chart, it's not going to say north or south. It's just going to say node, Node. And get it. Look at all your other signs. Look at your node and see how it'll apply to you. You know what I mean? See how it makes sense to you. Like I said, mine is just so, it's dope, to have had recognized that, to realize that. But man, that's a bitch at the end of the day, to know that my destiny is to move away from airy type activity. And then my mom and dad is an airy. I mean, I look just like my father. I know I act just like both of them, my father and my mother. So just imagine, man, but knowledge is key, knowing thyself, and that's the importance of getting your birth chart, as I talked about in another video. Knowing yourself is important. And once you gain knowledge of the things that you need to do, it makes it so much easier rather than just drifting through life like a zombie, not having any clue of what you're here for, what it is that you're supposed to do. Life is for living, but you got to know what you're living for, right? One thing that I do want to add to about knowing your birth chart and actually studying astrology is, I tell people all the time, the one thing that we do is we invite people into our life and we accept them for their good and bad, but we have the audacity to not do that same thing for ourselves. We don't accept our own good and bad in our own lives, and I'm like, I'm 43 years old. If I read this book that's 50 years old, and it's not only telling me about me as a baby, me as a toddler, me as a adolescent, as a teenager, me as a young adult, me as an older young adult, but it's telling me about me right now. So the shit that it's saying about me in the future, I have no choice, logically, but to believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's logic. If you've been right all through this whole 43 years, I can't say that you're going to be wrong about the 50 if you feel me? So if I'm 43 years old and saying, okay, I have committal issues, I have issues with commitment, and say that it says in my chart that I have issues with commitment, and now say I spent the last 10 years of my life trying to change this about myself, trying to be committed, just driving myself, forcing myself to be committed, and ended up being disappointed and more disappointed and more disappointed, and being everything but committed all the while, driving myself crazy trying to be something that frankly I'm not. You know, and if this chart says, okay, well, when you're 70 years old, you're still going to have committal issues, then me being the Capricorn sun, in my mind, it's just logical to just embrace myself, realize that I have these issues and figure out the best possible way to work around it rather than getting rid of it. You feel me? Just because I have issues with commitment, that's just basically abandonment issues and shit like that, worried about something walking out my life, you know? But that allows me to be in a position to ready myself and to understand myself so I can progress and move on in these type situations without feeling so bad and bitter and wondering what's going on and why I can't change these simple things about myself. So it's very important to get your birth chart and to begin to know thyself, especially on this journey. Man, the younger you are coming across this video, the more I applaud you. Straight up, the better it's going to be for you later on in the future, later on in life. Us older folks, boy, we got but a few years to enjoy this knowledge, you know, but it's all good. It's all good. I thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I am Tarot King the Prophet. This has been another Crown King Tarot presentation via Cracker Barrel with my good friend sitting here watching me, watching her phone. Should be watching me. I'm watchable. I like watchers. I was bullshitting. Let me stop. I ain't that stuck up. I'm not stuck up. I'm confident. And I play a lot. I just be bullshitting. I'm just playing. I'm a little conceited. Just a little bit. I ain't got that much reason to be. I'm just smart, right? And I know that I'm too smart for that bullshit. You should know that about yourself as well. Once again, I am Tarot King the Prophet. This has been another Crown King Tarot presentation. I'm finna get the fuck out of here. They finna have my food in a minute. Love you guys. Love, light, peace, and blessings and all that good stuff. Sugar and spice and everything nice. And that sugar though, I'm diabetic, so. All right, peace. You like that long ass outro? I'll be doing this shit so I can get the little edit on the video.
I was listening to you, but I was